Hey, my name is Major Slack, and welcome to part 6 of my No Horse, No Health Flask Challenge Run. Got some tough assignments coming up this week for you hardcore slackers, starting off with 5 giant trolls. That's right, 5 giant trolls. But by now, you should all know the Major Slack creed. Stick with the slack, and you won't get whacked. So, get your game faces on, saddle up, lock and load, and let's get busy.
Major Slack Videos.
Hey, thanks for joining me again. Just to recap, we're playing as a vagabond. No horse, no health flask, no staffs, no seals. We're taking no prisoners and making no excuses. Now, before we get underway, let's go to the round table and buy a dagger. Why, Slack? Because daggers weigh next to nothing. They only weigh 1.5 pounds, and this is going to be perfect to put the Golden Vow Ash of War on. So we can carry it around. Our girl, Melee Made Easy, is watching her weight. As always, she wants to keep her nice trim figure. So here we go. Buy a dagger. It's only 400 runes. And we're going to go to the side of grace and slap the Golden Vow Ash of War on it. Dagger, Golden Vow, Sacred Affinity, and put that in our inventory. And I also want to empty out my sleep pots, or rather grab the sleep pots, because I have some stored, and store the holy water pots. Take out all the sleep pots. Alright, let's gear up. Sacred Dagger, Great Axe, or rather Broadsword, and then the Great Axe in that order, okay? Sacred Dagger, Broadsword, Great Axe, Vagabond Knight Armor, won't need the shield, won't do us any good, and the Assassin's Crimson Dagger as the talisman. You could also slap on the gauntlets, okay? So just the armor and the gauntlets, that's all we have enough. We only have enough to put those 2 pieces of armor on. Anything else will put us into heavy load, and we don't want that. Alright, that's it. First on the agenda is the Field of Trolls southeast of War Master Shack. So let's go to War Master Shack. Now, 99.999999% of Elden Ring gamers don't think of this as a Field of Trolls. They think of it as the place to get 5 free smithing stones. What you get is 5 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2. They're in a statue. You go in there, you take your horse, you sucker a troll into running over the statue, and then you grab your smithing stones and run away like a little girl. But you're rolling with Major Slack now, alright? You hardcore slackers are not going to leave all that game on the table. You got to think of this Field of Trolls as the Field of Trolls. Think about it. 5 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2, total value 1400 runes. But each of these trolls in this field is worth 1,000 runes. 1,000 runes rather. So 5 times 1,000 is 5,000 runes. Now do the math. What is the real reward to be had in this field? The smithing stones or the trolls? But they're giant trolls, Slack. No problem. We can take down all these 5 giant trolls. Watch and learn. Okay, we're just going to wait for this troll to patrol away, and we're going to take down the first troll who's sleeping on the left here. Now Mr. Fumblefingers handled this all on his own. If Mr. Fumblefingers can do it, you can do it. Golden Vow, and then take out your broadsword and square off strong times 2. Always brings down the troll. Run around to the front and do a critical hit, except Mr. Fumblefingers missed the critical hit, did a strong attack instead, and then panic and just start wailing away at the troll and managed to take him down without taking a hit. There you go. Now if Mr. Fumblefingers can do that, okay, setting the bar really low here, okay, Mr. Fumblefingers can do that, everybody can do it. Alright, alright, let's go after troll number 2, and this is the procedure that I want you to follow. We're going to do a textbook, okay, with troll number 2. Now don't forget, we got the Assassin's Crimson Dagger as our talisman, so every time we do a critical hit, we're recovering health. So if you get stomped on by the troll, don't worry about it. Okay, you start off every troll attack with the Golden Vow using your dagger. Sneak up behind, get your broadsword ready, and you're going to do the square off skill, square off strong, as I described in previous videos. Aim for the leg, swing and a miss, don't worry about it. Square off strong once, don't worry if he stomps you. Square off strong twice, and he goes down. Switch over to the great axe, run around to the front, and do a critical hit. Now you're going to recover health. Now you're going to target him and charge attack. Charge attack, strong attack, and down he goes. That's it. That's it, that's all. Oh, and by the way, in our Flask of Wondrous Physic, we have the Strength Knot Crystal tier and the Spiked Cracked tier, which gives a bonus to charge attacks. Alright, so we have 3 minutes to work with that. It's that easy. Don't even have to use sleep pots on these guys. But we will use sleep pots on the last troll. Now do your best to take these guys by surprise, okay? So sneak up behind them. Here we go again. Golden Bow. Switch over to the broadsword. Target a leg. Try to do a surprise attack so you buy yourself some time. Swing and a miss again, don't worry about it. Square off strong once. Square off strong twice. Down he goes. Run around to the front. Switch over to the great axe. Critical hit. Watch my health bar. See, recover a health. Charge attack. Strong attack. Works every time. Okay, so for those of you who are new to this walkthrough, my strength is at 28, and that's it. And the great axe is at +4. Okay, strength 28, great axe +4, and that's it. And everything else I already told you about. Wondrous Physics got Strength Knot and Spiked Cracked, and that's it. That's all you need to take down these trolls. Who loves you? Huh? Who loves you? Slack loves us. That's right. Slack loves us. Overpowered? Overpowered? I don't need no stinking overpowered. I'm rolling with Major Slack. Okay, here we go. Troll number 4. Now, we want to save one troll to run over the statue. You may think this would be the most likely candidate, but it happens sometimes where if you get this guy activated, the other guy gets activated as well, and then you got 2 giant trolls running around the field, and it's absolute hell. We can't handle that. There are limits to what we can handle. So I think the best thing to do is take down this guy and use the last troll, even though he's further away from the statue, use him to bring down the statue rather to destroy the statue. Alright? So here we go again. Square off strong once and twice. Down he goes. This one was textbook. Critical hit. Lock on. Go forward a little bit. Charge attack. Strong attack. And of course, after every troll takedown, you should do your best to take cover somewhere and hide. To just maintain, like, don't blow your cover. And now this one we're going to use to break the statue. This statue right here has all the smithing stones in it. It has 5 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2. Now the thing is, you can't break it open yourself. You have to use a troll to break it open. So basically you have to sucker a troll into running into it. So that's what we're going to use. This troll 4. Now basically you want to stay about medium to close range to these trolls, otherwise they'll use their roar attack. As soon as they're activated and you get far away from them, they'll start roaring at you, which will knock you down and do a lot of damage. Okay, so once you've got his attention, just simply run towards the statue. And usually I like to run in this method here to keep an eye on the troll. Wait for him to make a move. As soon as he makes a move, check on your course. You make any course directions or corrections. Head right towards the statue. He runs into the statue, makes a move, and now use your sleep pots. Okay, because we don't have the element of surprise on this guy. So throw a sleep pot at him, wait for him to go down, nighty night, and go up and do a critical hit. Right after the critical hit, you're going to throw another sleep pot. Out goes the sleep pot. Now run between his legs, okay, because he's always going to make a move. Either a stomp or he'll take out his sword or something. So run between his legs, get behind him so he doesn't hit you. And nighty night, you look a little aggravated, so you get a timeout and critical hit. Same thing. advance, charge attack, and you're probably going to have to do a couple of follow-up strong attacks. He may hit you, don't worry about it, because he's close to death. That's a strong attack, and that'll finish him off. And there you go. Now, was that worth the price of admission, or what? Huh? Yeah. If you thought so, please give the old Slackster a big old thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more No Horse, No Hell Flask challenge run videos. Alright, so we got the smithing stones, 5 smithing stones 1 and 1 smithing stone 2. And one thing I forgot to do here is go on top of the runes to get all those rune fragments right there, right dead ahead, on top of that, kind of like those fallen runes ahead. Those fallen runes there. There's a whole bunch of rune fragments which you can use to make rainbow stones. Totally forgot to do that. You should do that, because now that the field is clear of trolls, you know, you got the run of the place, right? So just grabbing that beast blood there and some mushrooms, and now there is a golden rune graveyard right over this way to the west on top of that rocky plateau there. So I have to hook around and get on top of that rocky plateau. Tons of money to be made there. It's a valuable golden rune graveyard. I think there's like 7 pickups there. It is guarded by these worm bombs. I forget their official name. I call them worm bombs, because some of them are bunched up together, and when you get near them they blow up, do a lot of damage. What I typically use to take them down, I know you can just run past them and get them to blow up, but I prefer to use, in this particular run where we're running with no health flask, hey, safety first, just use a crossbow and blow them up that way. Okay, so up here off to the right there is the golden rune graveyard, and there is a worm bomb. You get near that thing, it blows up. So just set it off with a crossbow at a safe distance. And they give up rune fragments. There's one more around the corner here. Let her rip. And ba-boom, Bob's your uncle. There we go. Graveyard is clear. Let's collect all the golden runes. Now there are 8 golden runes to be had in this graveyard. All you have to do is count them so that you know you got them all. So that's 1. Here's 2. That's number 3. Here's number 4. Number 5. Making the coin, boss. Making the coin. Here's number 6. Cha-ching. And I just did that to make sure that he didn't, like, ruin the party. Those rams can really get annoying sometimes. Here's number 7. And over there is number 8. And now Gamer Slack is going to double check. Make sure you got everything. Take a good look around. And it looks good. Alright, so let's go cash in. Let's go to the Church of Ella. Sell off all these golden runes. Fastest way to cash in. Okay, so here's a good look at the exact location of that golden rune graveyard. It's not actually marked on the map, but it's there. Alright, let's go cash in.
Always a plan. Goodbye for now.
Alright, now, very first thing we want to do is level up strength to 30. That's a milestone because at this point we can now one-hand the great axe. We no longer have to use it in 2 hands in order to use it properly without taking a damage penalty. So we got strength at 30, we can now one-hand that great axe, that fantastically powerful great axe. Another thing we want to do is get dexterity up to 17. And there we go, one-handing the great axe. And is a 4-hit combo when you spam the attack button. Alright, now I know I'm just about 300 runes short of the next level up. So I just want to go to Agil Lake South, which is where we want to go next anyways. And take out this giant crab. And if you use Golden Bow and then switch over to your Great Axe and do a couple of Sacred Blades, that will take down this giant crab. So knowing that, just keep that in mind. So like, they advance fairly quickly, but know that if you already hit him once, all you have to do is hit him again and he'll go down. And that's an easy 300 runes. Okay, and I want to make just enough to level up, because we're going into another tough assignment. Okay, now we're going to level up Dexterity to 17. Alright, now at this point we can use the Bloodhound's Fang, which we're going to get shortly. And that's going to be our major boss buster. The Bloodhound's Fang is a fantastic weapon. Alright, now I've only got 19 runes left. I strongly recommend that you spend all your runes. We're going into the Bloodhound Knight Darrowell's boss fight. We were told about this by Blythe, that he was hunting for a guy named Darrowell. And this is where it is. It's just south of the Agil Lake South side of Grace. If you go up the hill here, you're going to find an Everjail. Go into the Everjail and the boss fight takes place there. Now we will have help from Blythe. Even still, it's a tough fight. First thing you want to do is activate Blythe by hitting up the summons here. Now we're going to use primarily, strike that, exclusively the Sacred Blade on Darrowell. And what you want to do is you want Blythe to take all the heat. Okay, so as you're dodge rolling around, your priority number 1 is to dodge towards Blythe. Alright, always do that. Don't just panic dodge away, because you could be making things worse. Because Darrowell is going to target you, and you don't want that. You want him to target Blythe. Alright, so Golden Vow. I'll go off to the right here a little bit. Lock on, do a Sacred Blade, and back away. Make sure he targets Blythe. If he targets you instead, roll towards Blythe, always. Don't just panic roll away, because he could be making things worse. And once he's engaged with Blythe, start spamming those Sacred Blades. Especially when he gets knocked out or like his stance gets broken. His stance gets broken. Deal the Sacred Blades. Now he's targeting me, so watch. I'm rolling towards Blythe. Always. Either roll behind Blythe or roll towards him. Don't worry if you take a hit or two. Just keep up the agenda. Roll towards Blythe. And that's a nice shot there. Got him in midair. Okay, and that's it. That's all you have to remember. Don't panic roll away, because you could be putting a lot of distance between yourself and Blythe, and you don't want that. Right? And that's how to do that boss fight, and you get rewarded with the fantastic Bloodhound's Fang. An excellent boss buster for any melee character. And go talk to Blythe here, and he'll also reward you with a Somber Smithing Stone too.
Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize. Oh yes, I should say, if you venture north to Rea Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon. That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways.
Alright, we're going to use this before the end of the video. There you go, the Bloodhound's Fang. It's got a fantastic skill, the Bloodhound's Finesse, with a follow-up strong attack. what happens is he kind of shoots. Your character will shoot along the ground very quickly towards the target, whack the target, and then dart back to his original position. It's fantastic. And if you do a strong attack while that's happening, you'll get a follow-up hit of the same nature. Okay, so now we have a Somber Smithing Stone 1 and a Somber Smithing Stone 2 that Blythe just gave us. So let's pile that into the Bloodhound's Fang right away and level it up to +2. Now I'm going to be short about 150 runes here. So I just want to go back to the Church of Ella. I know that these Godric soldiers are worth about 50 or 60 runes each, so I'm just going to go whack a few of these Godric soldiers to make up the difference so I can go back and upgrade the Bloodhound's Fang to +2. And here you can, now that we can one-hand the Great Axe, it's good opportunity to test the guard counter. Check this out. It's a beautiful guard counter. Watch how melee made easy. She leans back, which is perfect. Not all guard counters are the same, eh? Watch, she leans back out of the way and it's very quick and whacks forward. Some guard counters really leave you open. They're like very elaborate, and you know, they take a long time. So yeah, not all guard counters on all weapons are the same. This one is a beautiful one. Okay, so we made up a little chump change, and now we have enough to upgrade the Bloodhound's Fang to +2.
Well, I took you no matter it's lay out your own.
Done and done. Next, Murkwater Cave. Okay, we're going to go to Murkwater Coast. And you remember we interacted with that statue and it pointed to... Strike that, not Murkwater Cave. Murkwater Catacombs. Okay, so start off at Murkwater Coast. And let's wait till daytime to make sure all the bad things that come out at night don't come out. Because that's not what we want at this point. And just want to wait for this pack of wolves to pass by, and then we're going to go grab 4 more tarnished golden sunflowers. Top off our supply. And head to the northeast. To the ravine. Okay, you remember we were here earlier and we interacted with the statue, and he's pointing down to Murkwater Catacombs. So all we have to do is use these tombstone steps to make our way down. So jump down on this one, and the best thing to do is to go to the tip of this one. You could make a running jump to that one, but I think it's easier just point yourself back towards this one, make a running jump. That way if you overshoot, you bump into the cliff and don't fall to your death. Same thing with this one. Kind of jump towards the cliffside. That way you overshoot, you won't fall down. And a bunch of slime creatures down here. Don't bother with them. They pay very little. And they're really tough. And here is Murkwater Catacombs. Destroy all the enemies in here and you earn yourself 2,300 runes. Plus, you get the Banished Knight Engvil Spear Dash, which is fantastic. A fantastically tough Spear Dash. The only drawback is it costs 100 FP to cast, but we're going to be able to take care of that as soon as we complete Castle Morn. And I'll explain about that later. Now this place is full of imps, those fanged imps, sneaky little buggers that like to hide out on the ceilings, on the walls, behind corners. Real pain in the ass. So walk softly and carry your big stick, aka your great axe. And you're going to load up the crossbow. It's going to be very useful. a single guard counter on any of these fanged imps will instantly kill them. Alright? The whole point, or rather the whole problem, is to get them to come at you. So that's what the crossbow is for. And we can also use either throwing daggers or bone darts, whatever you got. Okay, now proceed carefully. Go down the stairs here, stop right about here, and press your lock on to get that guy locked on. Throw a dagger at him to get him to drop down, and then he'll come at you. Shield up, guard counter. Instant kill. Rinse repeat with that imp on the wall there. Now he's going to throw fire pots at you, so just back off. This is what the crossbow is for, because he's just going to spam fireballs at your fire pots. So use the crossbow to finish him off. You have to time it right. Don't lock onto him when you're doing this. It's better to use precision aim. And around the corner here is an imp that won't actually activate until you get much further in. So make sure you kill him, because he used to always take me by surprise when I was first going through Murkwater Catacombs. You can get really deep into this tunnel here, and you'll only activate once you get past that pressure plate there. Now here, just go halfway down the stairs, whack one of these imps there way off in the distance beside the boss lever, and just retreat. Because you want him to eventually tire of throwing daggers at you and then turn around and he'll go back. And you see he's standing just in front of a pressure plate, and the pressure plate will shoot out 3 fire darts from the back of the tunnel there. So once he loses interest and goes back, you can lock on, step off to the side, and just quickly slide over the pressure plate. Get the darts to come out, and instant kill. Yeah, real sneaky. You can sometimes do the same thing on the second one, but it doesn't always work, because he has to step forward while he's throwing the dart as you step on the pressure plate, because he's kind of like just behind where the darts shoot. But as you can see, he steps forward to throw the dagger. So if you can't pull that off, just keep your shield up and trade daggers with him. Shield up, he throws a dagger, throw a dagger right back. Rinse and repeat until he's dead. Okay, now do all this because you want to stay nice and healthy for the boss fight. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do this all again, even if you throw it like after throwing the lever. Oh yeah, and this guy's hiding around the corner there. Hiding around the left corner. This is very typical for fanged imps. They love to hide around corners. All you have to do is just advance a little bit and he'll come out. Then throw the boss lever. Watch out for the pressure plate. 3 more fanged imps to take care of down here. 1 on either side of the boss door. Activate them with a crossbow bolt and then just back off. Usually I like to go in this area here to give me lots of elbow room to do the guard counter. Lock on, shield up, guard counter, instant kill. Rinse and repeat for the other one. And there's one more fanged imp. He's going to drop down as soon as you go right past here, so sneak up on the right side. Get behind him, and you can do a guard counter. Sometimes he doesn't even see you, and he just starts, you know, strolling up the tunnel, and you can just go behind him and do a critical hit. And that's it. And now it's time for the boss fight with the Grave Warden Duelist. Real tough hombre. But we have the Bloodhound's Fang, and it's only going to take 4 hits with the Bloodhound's Fang to finish him off. So hook that baby up, and we're going to use blood grease on it. And the 3rd hit will make him bleed. will hemorrhage him. So we're getting him a lot of extra damage out of that. So slap on that blood grease. And basically you're going to use the Bloodhound's Finesse and the follow-up strong attack. And then do it again. Now on the third hit, the first Bloodhound's Finesse on the second combo, that's going to make him hemorrhage. Okay, so Flask of Wondrous Physic, obviously you're going to use your Lone Wolves to distract him. And Golden Vow for some extra damage and extra physical damage protection. For what it's worth, we're not wearing any armor, but it's mostly for the extra damage. There you go. In we go. Pop out the wolves. Refill FP, lock on, roll away, get him engaged with the wolves, and then get close, Bloodhound's Finesse, follow up strong attack, back away, rinse and repeat. Now watch the third one, it's going to make him bleed. Boom. And he even goes down. That's all it takes to take him down. 2 Bloodhounds combos. And he's done. I'm going to call that the Bloodhounds combo. The Fang combo. Bloodhounds, I forget what I called it in my other walkthrough. I'll think of something. The Fang combo. And we are done here. Take a bow, melee made easy. And I'd like to thank everybody for watching. If you thought this was remotely entertaining and or informative, you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, post a comment, and I'll see you next time for some more No Horse Challenge. Hey guys, real walkthroughs like these are an endangered species here on YouTube. For a complete lowdown on the YouTube video game walkthrough scene, check out my Patreon page, and please consider making a donation to yours truly, Major Slack, to help keep real walkthroughs alive on YouTube. You can donate as little as $1. That's $1, that's all. That's all it takes, alright? Thanks a lot, really appreciate it.